Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry. I'm currently at work and I'm currently on my lunch break. But I just wanted to give you guys a brief speech regarding homeless shelters. And I just wanted you guys to know the general purpose, the specific purpose, and the central idea of a homeless shelter. So we can start first with the general purpose. And it's basically to persuade homeless individuals in our community and society that other options of livelihoods are available to them. So they don't have to be scared, they don't have to be worried, they don't have to think that they can only sleep on the street or a subway or be freezing or don't have, a warm bed to call home or when they're going to get their next meal or eat out, the garbage, stuff like that. So the homeless shelter is to provide things that is to provide essential needs that you can't provide to yourself. The specific purpose of this is I just want my listeners to be aware that programs exist offering aid and less fortunate families and contributing to their health and wellness. And the central idea is there are no limits to how long you can reside in a shelter. It's really not. Most shelters, they help you find schooling, they help you find housing. They even put you in motels. Sometimes the motels, depending on which one it is, they have long-term stay if you just can't afford it, because with today's economy, it is very hard. So it's understandable. People go from having good jobs to not having nothing. Things happen. Businesses go out of business. Health happens. People decline. And if you don't have family, sometimes it's just like it's just you. The Department of Homeless Services, which is DHS. A homeless shelter is a system that provides temporary and emergency shelter. DHS does not provide transportation to the shelter. You have to provide your own way. If you are a teenager or a minor, they do provide you with Metro cards to get to and from, to like work, school, or looking for jobs. They don't give just because. All right. The shelter was founded as a social justice organization to win the fight for homes. Orientated materials, the DHS provides safety and protection from different types of wealth conditions such as rain, because it rains a lot and sometimes it's heavy rain, and heavy rain comes with heavy wind. So that's the next one. Wind, heat, cold, and dangerous animals. There's raccoons, there's rats, there's possums, there's loose dogs. We just want to keep the community and the people within the community safe. Department of Health Social Service provides a place to rest and carry out the day-to-day activities to provide a private place and facilities to storage belongings. So a lot of people like to hoarder. Well, it's not considered hoarding, but they have carts and carts full of stuff that they find, and it's theirs. Even stuff that's apart from their home, it's theirs. So they hold it to them, too close to their body, because they don't want someone to steal it. Homeless shelters, most of them provide storage. If it's a long-term or unfacilitated residency, they provide you a room and board. You have closets, you have storage where you don't have to hoard everything. You could just, have it in your closet. Now that I have shared an overview of what I will demonstrate, I'm going to begin educating you on the DHS. Okay? It is important to choose a good homeless shelter. Like I said, some are long-term, some are short-term. Today I stand before you to shed the light on a pressing issue that plagues our society: homelessness. This is a problem we often overlook or turn a blind eye to, but it's also an economic that affects countless individuals and families across our countries. Homelessness is not just a statistic. It's a harsh reality that shapes individuals out of their dignity, security, and hope. It is also a collective responsibility to address the issue head on and provide support to those who are in desperate need. To prevent more homeless people, we need to understand the key element in addressing homelessness. These shelters should be served as a safe haven. Some are and some isn't. That's why it's very important to do your research. But when the weather is bad, some people they just want to bed. They don't really have time to do research or studies, and most of them don't have cell phones. So as a provider who's providing you with the services, they should make sure that it's upkeep for you to feel safe. But yes, it's a safe haven for those who have fallen out of hard times, offering them a roof over their heads, warm bed, and access to basic necessities. DHS is more than just a shelter. It provides individuals with a chance to regain their footing, to rebuild their lives, and find a way out of their current situation. They often a glimmer of hope in what may seem like a never-ending cycle of this desperate. Let's just keep doing this. The role of homeless shelters extends beyond providing immediate relief. They also play a crucial role in raising awareness of homelessness, challenging the stereotypes, misconceptions that surrounds it. A shelter invites individuals from all walks of life to witness the harsh realities faced by those experiencing homelessness. It is important to remember that homeless shelters cannot do this work alone. They rely heavily on support and contributes of volunteers, donors, and wider community to continue their mission. First-hand experience in foster care, empathy, compassion, encouraging society as a whole to take action to create lasting change. Now that you understand the importance of homelessness, in conclusion, homeless shelters are not just built, but beacons of hope for those who have lost their way, and often safety, support, opportunities to individuals to build their lives. Remember to understand, when building your life, you cannot be alone. It's up to us as a community to rely together to stand with those experiencing homelessness. Now that I gave you a little brief about that, I did experience homelessness at one point. I was actually 18 years old, and I was living with my mom. My mom was a single parent, and she had 5 kids. And sometimes when the father's not involved, it's very hard on the mother, especially when you have 5 kids. So me feeling that I was left out, I wasn't getting the love and attention that I was supposed to have as a child. That's what I thought at the time. I was skipping school. I was hanging out with the wrong crowd. I didn't want to go back to school. My grades was dropping, and they was telling me that I would have to go to night school, and I wouldn't graduate until I was 21. So then when they asked me a face-to-face reality, like what's really going on with me, I explained to them what was going on. I explained how I felt, and they offered me a shelter. I'm 18 years old. Technically, I'm considered grown. I didn't bother to tell my mother. I packed my bags and I went to the shelter, and I let them know, and I was really battling with depression at that time too. Went to the shelter. I did my job searching. I did my school searching. I ended up going upstate for a whole 2 years to school. I ended up getting a trade. I ended up getting my high school diploma, and I've been successful ever since then. So all homeless shelters, it's not how some people make it seem. It's how you make out of it. You take it as a stepstone to do what you have to do to get yourself together to get back onto your feet. You don't take it to be put in a comfort zone like this is where I have to stay. It is someone opening the door to give you the stuff that you need to get to be back successful, or too successful to where you need to be in life. That is my conclusion. I hope people was able to understand what I was saying. I do talk fast. I do apologize. But I just wanted to give you guys a brief education on how the homeless shelter system works and how they come about. Thank you for listening.